had to stop for coffee. Dude, we stopped at this 7-Eleven, and it was like there were people hanging out outside, just like drugged out. It was like the hood, bro. Like, I thought I'd seen shit. Dude, that was scary. I got us out of there like as fast as possible. There's pretty sketch areas around here, dude. I would say go check it out, but I wouldn't feel safe telling you to do that.
Go check out the home.
Yeah, well, it's just like it's like off of a movie. Like it's legit really bad. It's really scary. It was just like people. I don't know, explain it. There was hookers there, bro.
Yeah, I see a lot of people.
Literally with like the cheetah print skirts, like dead ass high heels cheetah print skirt. Like, dude, that's an actual look, bro. That wow. I think like you see it on TV, and you think. Like when I watch stuff on TV, I'm like, oh, people are probably like over dramatizing things to make it pretty exciting. No, dude, that shit is like on the money. Like at least with that one, it was pretty gnarly.
Troy, just so you know, that's the beginning of our podcast episode.
Wait, for real?
Yeah. Now I just try to find whenever you just say something funny like that. It's like, it's a look. I'm not gonna lie, cheetah print hooker. You think it's not real, but it is real.
You would think, right? Like when I watch things on TV, I have to gauge all the time. At least I feel like I do. Like, okay, obviously if it's a cartoon, I'm not gonna gauge it very hard. But like, what is being dramatized? What's reality? Just keep myself in check. And I don't know. That was like the hardest confirmation I think I've ever had. It's like, yep, that shit's real. Like there is nothing fake about that one. Super real.
Well, that's how I was with like when I was in Brazil in my last.
Oh, that going to a third world country had to be like.
I wouldn't
really
say it's
shocking.
a third world country. It's like second, like mid world or something. But it's not that bad.
I take that back. I don't want to offend anyone either, but I'll say like just another country where you do not know the language.
I guess that's fair. Yeah, like France.
You know what I mean?
Like
Canada.
Overhead. Yeah, Canada. Who speaks Canadian?
Would you say that their lifestyle is vastly different from ours?
Yeah.
Like their day-to-day life. In what ways?
Well, the main thing is that lunch is their main meal of the day. They have like 2 hours like in between when they start work, when they from the start to end of work, like the work day. There's like a 2 hour like period in between where they just are able to go home, have lunch, and then go back to work, basically.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
that would be
so cool. They still have to work for more time. Like, like they work the same amount of hours, but I feel like
I don't know. I'd like that. I feel like it would give me anxiety.
I already don't like my lunch, because it's 45 minutes that I could be getting off earlier.
You don't like having do you wish you could work 8 hours straight and then leave?
Sometimes.
That's technically what I do right now.
I don't feel like I would like that.
I don't mind it.
I would like.
Well, are you working from home right now?
I work from home Monday and Friday. Tuesday through Thursday, I go into work.
I was gonna say, like, if you're at home, I feel like it'd be different because, like, obviously, if you're already at home, you can be, well, maybe not while you're working, but you could maybe be a little more comfortable being in your pajamas and stuff. At least I'd be in my jammies.
Yeah, I was in like sweats and just like a baggy shirt yesterday when I was working, but today I'm in another baggy shirt and I'm in jeans, so like it's not too
well, you're just like in comfier clothes, I assume.
Yeah, basically.
Where were we going with this one? Why were we talking about
we were
your
just
clothes?
talking about like how different places are in comparison to the US.
Oh, and we're talking about breaks.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
That's right. Honestly, I feel like I need my breaks at work. If I didn't have my breaks, I would die.
Yeah,
100%.
I mean, yeah, with where I work, like so the customer service side, at least, they're pretty intense about you taking your breaks and stuff. But with me, there are a lot of times where I have to wait for like an Excel sheet to export items that I need, or like importing, or just things I'm asking questions on, stuff like that, where it just takes a minute. So they don't really care if you just use that as like your break time, or if you just got done with like 2 hours worth of work and you're just like on your phone for a little bit, they don't really care at this point.
Oh, that's nice. Anybody that lets you use your phone is respectable in my book.
Yeah.
Because like our company does that kind of policy. They're like, look, dude, we understand. You don't need to be like staring at the computer all day for it to work. Like it's going to do its own thing.
Yeah.
You can be on your phone. And it's just like, I feel a lot more connected at work. I don't feel like I'm isolated at work, which is a little nice.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's distracting, but I feel like I'm pretty like responsible with it. You know what I mean? Like give a little, I'll give a little. Meet in the middle.
Yeah, the last job I was at, we were dealing with like social security numbers, credit card numbers, and stuff like that. So we weren't like by law we weren't allowed to have our phones out. Like
yeah,
we
I wouldn't want someone like you to have your phone out while you were touching my social security number. I feel like that would be really.
What do you mean, you people?
People working on my like personal information.
Yeah,
that would be
like banks
really,
and stuff.
sketch. Yeah, they're like, oh, this guy's got a lot of money. Snapchat. I don't know. Snapchat.
Boys, I found this. So of course, I mean, Reddit kind of has everything, but I've been thinking about like would you rather stuff, and I'm like, I actually found one that kind of piques our interest because a while ago we talked a lot about the bear versus gorilla, like who would win. I'm not gonna get into that now, just because
bear, the bear would win.
So Troy and Strap go really hard back and forth arguing this whole point.
I think I broke him. I think I broke him. I think he's agreed that it was the bear.
Okay.
I think I made common ground.
Okay.
But if you think it's a gorilla, you are ridiculously out of your mind. Sorry. Okay, I'm done.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think I want to wait until Strap can come on here because I feel like this would literally just take up an entire episode, and I would love to just listen to that. But I found one
BPM's
that's
up
very
nothing.
literally. But I feel like this one is kind of a close second to what that would be. So it's a would you rather fight one. So there are a couple different options here. So would you rather fight 100 5-year-old kids, one duck the size of a horse, Mike Tyson with a peg leg,
a violent duck, right?
I mean,
or is it just a duck?
Just a duck.
If it's just a duck.
Yeah, I was like, you kick that thing, it's over.
Well, no, that's that's the thing. Like,
back. It's gonna fly away.
Well, no. So, like, the initial thought is like they're coming after you. They're coming to fight you, basically. So you have to decide which one you would rather fight. So yeah.
So yes, aggressive duck. Yeah. Aggressive duck.
So, 100 5-year-olds, one duck the size of a horse.
I'm liking that one.
Mike Tyson with a peg leg, but he hasn't gotten used to it yet, so he still kind of wobbles a bit while he fights.
Okay. How big is the duck again?
The duck is the size of a horse.
Okay.
Like Mike Tyson, no matter how many limbs he's missing, you already have the brain damage he's gonna give you.
Yeah, basically.
Mike Tyson would rock you.
Yeah, regardless. Okay, then you have a muzzled bear with packing foam peanuts on its paws and claws so it can't like scratch you or anything.
Okay.
20 elderly people all armed with rolling pins, or 2 kangaroos with
20? Wait, 20?
Yeah, 20 elderly people all armed with rolling pins. And the final one,
I've seen some pretty strong old people.
Yeah, I'd agree to that. But then you have 2 kangaroos with brass knuckles and spiked cleats. The kangaroos.
Wow, that's a step backwards, dude.
That's
a step backwards. That's a hell no.
Just those will just kill you regardless. Like they won't even think twice. They'll just kick you once and you're basically dead. Like
have you seen the video of the guy that saves his dog by punching the kangaroo?
Yeah, I have.
Dude, that one is like a gnarly twist.
Literally gets mollywopped by this guy.
I didn't expect. He like punches him right in the temple.
Yeah.
And it just stands there and flexes his muscles and looks at him, and he just kind of
he's just
away,
like, "What's up? What's up?"
Dude,
just, like,
I was
away,
fully prepared to see that guy. I was fully prepared to see that guy get absolutely torn up by that thing.
Yeah. All right. What do we think? What would probably be the easiest to fight on this list?
I don't think it's the easiest, but I want to fight the 500 kids.
No, it's only 100 5-year-olds.
100.
I feel like even if I lost that one, I would get some good licks in. That would be really satisfying.
I think okay.
That's fair. That's true. Yeah.
I'm in between the big duck and the 5-year-olds because like you.
Yeah, the hardest ones on here are the
ones, right?
Yeah,
you could just pick a 5-year-old up and swing him in a circle. Right?
That's kind of what I was
about
thinking,
that is awesome.
You know, at least you'll get a payout for the energy you're putting in. I feel like if I punched a horse duck, I'm not really gonna see a return on that punch until it finally dies. Kind of like a boss fight. But think about how nice it is to just mow through a bunch of level 1 things.
That's
true.
True.
That's basically what
toss
kids
a
are.
grenade into the
I
mix.
might die, but at least I got my leg. Yeah, at least I got my legs set.
So I think the hardest ones on this list are easily the two kangaroos. So the two kangaroos with brass knuckles and spiked cleats, literally you already lost. Like you're going into this fight losing. Mike Tyson, yeah, he's literally the best fighter of all time outside of Muhammad Ali. And he has a peg leg, so brings it down just slightly, but
for him.
yeah.
I have too much respect for him to do that to him.
Yeah. And then a muzzled bear.
He said
A
to do
bear.
something to him.
A bear would destroy you. Like, just its swipes, the swipes of its paws would just take you out anyway. So, it doesn't matter if, like, it can't claw you or anything. It'll literally just... I think I was listening to Joe Rogan's podcast this last week, and he was showing a video of a bear literally just, like, running and just jumping on the back of a moose and just, with one swipe, just breaking its back. Like, there's... Yeah, no, you're dead if you try to go against that bear.
I agree. I'm trying not to get into this right now, but I digress my bear opinions, and I will say, regardless, there are like videos of bears rolling dumpsters. Like, think about how heavy a dumpster is. If that thing just laid on you, I think they're about this. I would think the weight of a car.
Yeah.
Maybe-
No.
Maybe like a.
It depends on how
car.
much is in it. If it's empty, it's
What?
only like a good
A
couple
car or a
of few-
bear? What's empty? The car or the bear?
No,
Like,
the dumpster.
hungry.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the dumpster.
Yes, I was talking. That's what I meant. Sorry, the
Yeah.
dumpster.
So the
Not that
dumpster, if it's
bear.
empty, I would say it's a good like 200-300 pounds, something like that. If it's a metal dumpster.
Oh yeah, dude. They're
But if
huge.
it's full,
you have to
like
get a truck to move them.
yeah. Well, I mean, you can
Yeah.
push it around because it's on wheels, but okay. I think I would try to go up against the 105-year-olds. But the funny thing is, I actually saw on TikTok there's another kind of like deeper one for this 105-year-old kids. Kind of the premise of this is they're all like kindergartners, 5-year-olds, whatever. How many rounds do you think you would last if 5 kids at a time would just come in and fight you? You had to knock out all 5 of the kids for then the next round to start. How many rounds do you think you're going?
Thousands of rounds.
I think I could go far because 5 is not a lot. Like
If they
5
like
kids,
And you leave one alive and you just wait to replenish your strength and then you kill him?
have like
No,
the
you don't
zombie
kill
for
him. You just
5
knock
or
him
like-
out.
I mean, knock him out and then his head hits the pavement.
Are we talking about a child? What are we talking
Yeah,
about?
so 5-year-old
Yeah.
or kindergartner set, whatever. How many rounds? So it's like 5 kindergartners, 5 5-year-olds at a time to knock out each individual one of them for the next round to start. How many rounds are you doing?
Oh man, as much energy as I have to do rounds,
Well,
I'm going till I black
Yeah.
out.
well, how many rounds do you think that would be?
Well, I'm not very fit right now.
I feel like I could go a good
At least
4.
10. I feel like I could clear at least half of a classroom.
A classroom. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, that's
I
another
think I could do
so
that.
that's another part of it. So yeah, like a kindergarten. Think of like a kindergarten classroom that's just fully empty. That's like your arena, your Tekken or Mortal Kombat stage.
Oh, that's kind of small.
Can I use things? Like, can I throw a desk or
No,
a
it's
stapler?
no. So it's fully
Oh,
empty. It's
come
fully
on.
empty. Yeah,
Come on.
it's
come on,
empty.
Come on. I don't get anything? Not
Nope,
even like a
nothing.
bat?
I was,
Nope,
I was looking
nothing.
for that.
Just your fists. That's it. Or you can throw them. Doesn't matter. You
Oh,
just have to knock 'em out
that's
somehow.
gonna decrease the number for sure. That means I'm gonna have to get creative because I don't think they're all just gonna let me punch them.
Yeah,
Maybe
I
they
feel
will. I
like.
don't know.
Well, yeah, I feel like it's kind of like zombies where they gain health as you go along, so you have to like pack a punch your guns and stuff. There's no way you're gonna pack a punch your fists. I don't think. I mean, I wouldn't think so. But yeah, you don't get like boxing gloves. You don't get brass knuckles. You don't get like any desks or anything to throw at these kids. Nope, just your fists and empty classroom.
5 rounds.
5 rounds. I feel like I could get like a good 4 or 5 rounds. I think.
I feel like a lot of my
100.
strategy would revolve around picking up and throwing children. So that's gonna get tiring very quick.
Yeah, I feel like I would
Either
just
that or I'm
start
gonna have to
throwing.
really like.
The
Pay
next
attention.
round starts when the last kid's knocked out. So you just hold him at arm's length until you're like rested.
Energy's back. I can
Yeah.
just lay on him.
Honestly.
It's true.
Think
Okay.
of how easy it would be to get through 5 GNs.
How
now imagine
old
you're
are
5
they?
years 5.
Are we talking about like this generation of kids? That actually kind of changes things. Yeah. This generation of kids, I think squeeze out 10.
Yeah, they're a little bit more as nice I can put it. They're a little bit more wimpy than, because yeah, kids back in the day, oh my gosh, they literally just would get in fights for no reason. I remember I used to.
Maybe they'll get stronger as you go up the waves, like a video game.
Well, yeah, kind of like a zombie.
Yeah.
Like you just kind of go up and up.
Yeah, 7 rounds. That's my final answer.
7 rounds, locking it in.
7 rounds. Yep. I think that's I might surprise myself and go to the full 10, but it's gonna be a hard one. Some of those kids are pretty big.
I get that.
Sure, they're 5, man. You can just kick them in the nuts and they are broken.
No way, man. I have too much decency for nut kicking a child. I already have the advantage. I'm not gonna
They
take
probably
that
wouldn't
route.
even really feel it either. Let's be real.
I'm not gonna test that theory. That sounds horrible. It'd be more like a child neutering session than a fight.
That just sounds
Damn.
awful. Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody would want to sit there and watch that.
Nah.
No one wants
So-
that. Who wants that?
You're like Anakin Skywalker, dude. Like, you
Dude,
walk
that's
into
exactly
class,
what
like,
I was thinking when he said it.
Yeah, it's like, are you there to
You go-
help us? And you're just like, and then you just
stab
kick them
him
and
through
start
the
fighting them.
stomach.
I'm actually here to do quite the opposite. And then pulls out the brass knuckles. Yeah.
Yeah, I get that one.
Okay,
Okay, I'll start thinking of some would you rather. Yeah, I'll start the would you rather guy.
I
Okay.
got one,
Okay.
and it's a fight between 2 people. And I had this talk with Troy, and I wanted to ask people, but
Mm-hmm.
so who do you think would win between Maximus from Gladiator and Leonidas from 300?
Leonidas.
Why?
Because he's a Spartan. They're basically bred to kill. They're like bred
Well-
for war.
Let's not shortcut Maximus though. I mean, this guy's a fucking champ.
Yeah, he's
Fought
like
off,
a
2
hero.
tigers and like 3 guys at the same time in the cage.
Yeah, but Leonidas died.
Yeah, so
Yeah. Well, so did Maximus. They
Yeah,
both
Maximus
died.
died. Yeah. It had been a minute
Yeah,
since I'd
they
watched
both
that
should've
movie.
died.
And yeah, like near the end when everyone that was helping freaking Maximus just get murdered, that was so nuts. Spoilers
Dude,
if
I
anyone
love
hasn't
that
seen this 20-plus-year-old movie.
I was thinking about that the other day. How long can you wait until spoilers? Like, till you don't have to say spoilers? I think once it comes out on movie, it's kind of over, right?
Well, it kind of makes it hard because of the streaming services. So like Doctor Strange came out last month and it's now on Disney Plus.
Yeah, that's true.
I give it a week between a movie comes out. Like you give in time people to see something.
Yeah, a week.
Okay, now we can talk about it.
People are probably
At some
busy during
point,
the
it's
week.
just
I
up
don't
to
know.
them.
Because like I also watched the new Obi-Wan and I have all like opinions about that one, but I think it's still too early. Even though it was like, was it like this weekend?
Yeah, this last
That's definitely
Wednesday.
too early.
Yeah.
Okay, definitely too early. So like,
Oh,
what
yeah.
point? What point can you openly discuss things like that? Because we can also agree that Gladiator's way too old. Shooter's even too old. What about like John Wick, the newest John Wick,
Oh, I
89?
When was that?
The third one? The
I
third one
was thinking a
came out
more popular
ago.
movie, maybe. But okay. How about we'll say Doctor Strange? You said that's a week ago, and that's out on streaming service. Do you think it's safe to talk about that?
No, it's been out for, I want to say like early May, right? Like it's been out for a month and a half, I would say. But now that it's out on streaming, I mean, I would probably say a month. Like that's probably like a good enough time to allow people to watch things or if they haven't, then it's like
Get
well,
their chance.
yeah, it's like it's been a month. Like if you're not gonna watch it, you're gonna hear about it regardless on like social media or something.
I was muted. Sorry. I think for the first year, you have to be like, has everyone seen it? Or like you give them time to say I haven't seen it.
But you have to be
a year-
cautious, like it has pronouns
Yeah,
almost.
because like I think like once it's like definitely once it's a couple years old, you can like whatever. But even then, it's like there's some things that are a couple years old that I haven't seen that I kind of want to see, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
At that point, I would just say I haven't seen it, and then leave.
It's a situation I've been running into recently because I've just starting with like the Batman movie. I've been starting to go back to the movies a little bit,
Mhm.
but I don't want to spoil things for people, and I have on accident. I think I was like into anime for a little bit, and I kept catching myself spoiling it for people, and I'd feel bad. You know what I mean?
What type of anime? Like what specifically?
What spoilers? I'm not gonna
Well,
say them.
No,
No, to someone else.
No, not spoilers. like what anime were you watching that would make you feel like that?
Oh, I don't remember. It was an
I give up.
It's an older anime, but I think with animes it's also a little different because they're so long. Like if you recommend a show to someone, it's not like It'd be like if you told someone like, okay, you're gonna watch all of The Office, but in order to understand The Office, you have to watch all of The Office. The Office is a lot of seasons, right? It's like 13.
Yeah,
That's
something
not right.
We hit double digits
I
with
think
that,
so.
so yeah.
I thought it was like
Yeah.
I think
it might
it's
be
10
11
to
or
be 10 or 11.
yeah, something
Yeah.
like that.
The thing is, though, is you can watch like one episode of The Office, and you'll kind of get the Office experience. Anime, from what I gathered while I watched it, it's more like a drama. So, like, if you only watch one episode, there's gonna be a lot of things going on, like
Yeah.
contexts that you're not gonna pick up on, and you're like, "What is this?"
Mhm.
So you know, when you recommend it, it's like there's also that. Okay, you're gonna be telling this person to give up like weeks of their life right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a little different, but
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I still feel like Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan's been out forever, and there are still some people that get upset with like spoilers or anything because I think some of them are waiting for like the live action or something. I don't know, something dumb like that. And they
wait, but that's long, right? How long is that show like to watch?
I think it's
How long did it take
maybe-
you?
I think it's. I haven't watched it yet.
Oh,
Yeah, no, I haven't seen it, but like when I tell people that, they're like, "Oh no, I won't spoil it for you." It's like, how long has it been out? Like I see it, like he goes against the Titans or whatever they're called and fights.
Yeah.
I don't know, like
but there's still that context, like, oh, okay, this person's probably gonna watch it. You know what I mean?
I get that.
Like it's a little different.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, we were talking about Gladiator.
Yeah. So
and
Maximus from
Leonidas.
Gladiator or Leonidas from 300.
And you were saying you think Leonidas, and I'm trying to find out why.
So I mean, that's the thing with Sparta. They were basically bred. They're like the top of their country, or their country. Is it like a state or something that they would call it in Greece?
Leonidas? It's like a city.
Mm.
City Sparta.
Yeah, no, Sparta is a city, not the Leonidas.
Leonidas was from Sparta. Maximus is 300. He was a Roman centurion.
No, I think we're getting lost.
Yeah, what are you meaning?
No, so I was like just thinking Sparta. What would that be considered? I was like,
A
from
province.
his country. Is it a province, state, something?
It's a province.
Yeah.
Of
okay.
Greece, yeah.
But yeah, people in Sparta, like that province, you are basically, if you don't have like the desirable traits when you're a baby, they'll just like, they have that whole story of hucking you off of a cliff basically because you're like undesirable. So he was basically bred for war. Like I understand that Maximus, he like has the whole his whole complex of his family was literally killed by these people. His brother stole like everything from him after his dad died, all of these things. So like he had that pent up anger, so I could see that. But I think the emotion from that would deter him from actually fighting, and Leonidas would just use that against him hardcore.
Yeah, but
Like,
I also think that like you gotta remember Maximus is like a very successful general during one of the most violent time in Rome's history. So it's like he's a warrior too.
Yeah.
The Spartans, like they had that whole philosophy, but I mean they lost the battle. Granted, their odds were super against them, and I don't think they really participated in a war. So I don't know how much like experience Leonidas got. I would have to look it up. I'm sure he had some sort of experience, right? They were pretty. Did they expand? Were they expansionists? I don't know.
I think so, but I mean,
like I'm trying to think like experience wise. I think Maximus would be a lot higher. And then like
think so,
Austin
too.
was saying, like he fights a lot of people in the movie.
Maximus, I think, is a smarter fighter, and then Leonidas is he's just a built fighter. Like it's just like he's stronger, but I feel like Maximus would use his brain in the fight rather than just like charge at someone.
I'm thinking a 1v1, like what you're saying. And so I think Maximus will have a little more, like, he would have had more experience in that 1v1 situation. Also, we're just also assuming this is like the movie characters, not the real people.
Yeah. No.
So I don't know. I don't know any of their history, but based off the movie, I feel like Leonidas, if it was like a war situation, right? Like, okay, the Romans versus the Spartans, I think that's a different argument. Like, I think maybe Sparta would take that one.
Well, I mean, that's still like a whole thing too.
1v1,
like Sparta versus
yeah.
Greece versus Rome. Like that's.
Yeah, like I would give them that one, but I think I think Maximus would take a 1v1.
the whole Rome. I think the whole of Rome would be like if the heyday of Greece versus the heyday of Rome. I think Rome would beat them.
No, but I was thinking like even it out, like 300 and 300 of the best of their men. You know what I mean?
I would still say Rome.
Do you think so? Really?
The Roman Empire. The Roman Empire is like one of the biggest empires ever, and it was for so long that that they have such a larger sample size of good warriors. You know.
The Romans are like
yeah.
considered the powerhouse. They're
Plus,
the
it was
smartest,
just like
strongest
more,
for a
it was, like,
while.
Greece.
Well, then
but
why
more
do we consider Greece or the Spartans to be such great warriors? Like, what did they? I guess they held what they held.
It was their thing. They were like the warrior state of the Greeks, but like, granted, the Greeks never expanded that far, you know. So like, I don't know if that was like they weren't as strong or they just didn't really want to expand.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, maybe 300 though. It would be a little more even.
I mean, I don't. Yeah, I'm not really sure on any of their, like I said, their history and what they actually could or couldn't do. But I do think, at least from the movies and in the 1v1, I think Maximus would take it. That's my spiel.
I mean, that's fine, I guess.
I've had that one in the cooker since I was like little. I think I'm the one that told Austin about that. Would you rather? Is that right, Austin?
Yeah, it was a while ago, but I do remember it.
Would you rather get kicked in the face very, very hard by Superman, or
literally dead,
or get hit by a speeding train, one of those bullet trains?
Dead.
Superman is not running.
You have a higher chance of surviving with the train, for sure.
Think so?
Yeah, I would think so.
Your head would be gone.
How fast does the bullet train go?
Superman can kick 4 billion times faster.
Superman
is faster than a bullet, but he's also fast enough to fly around the Earth in reverse time.
That's true.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, into the 60s Superman, he flies back. Granted, okay.
Whoa.
That's Christopher Reeves.
Powered. He's faster than the Flash. Actually, no. I think they made sure they fixed that.
Yeah, he's not
basically as fast as the
they
Flash.
Fixed it. Excuse me.
And the strongest person in the galaxy.
But that's the thing. Well, in I don't know about that because technically,
do you think
he gets his powers from like the sun and like the distance away from it and the nutrients from our planet, stuff like that. So outside of Earth, I don't know. I don't know how good he would be on like other places.
If he's in the light of a red sun, he's strong.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know why he would. But like right now, he has the power on Earth, and you're gonna hit the head with that. I'd take Superman because I don't want to be mangled by a train and live.
Yeah, the Japanese bullet train goes 200 miles an hour.
You're probably dead.
I thought it went faster than that, but that's still very fast.
So either way, you're dead. I'd rather get kicked by Superman.
Do you have an opinion on the Hulk versus Superman one?
Oh, Superman.
The argument?
Mop the absolute floor. The Hulk
I think that's a really big argument that I'm biased towards Superman just because I like him more.
No, the Hulk is cool, but like Superman is like the most powerful person in the world in his comics. The Hulk is.
How would you kill the Hulk though? How would he actually do that? How do you kill Hulk?
He would punch through his chest and rip out his heart. He could do that.
I think he could.
It's just
that would be really degrading for the Hulk.
But I mean, the Hulk takes on like bullets and stuff though. Like
Superman
hits harder than a bullet.
Yeah, I guess Superman can take bullets too.
I don't know. Well, granted, Superman and Shazam fought, and I think Superman won, but it was close.
Ooh.
Was this like
I literally just looked up.
Newer one?
I literally just looked up how hard can Superman kick. And as I'm going down, it's one of the suggestions is, can Superman beat the Hulk?
Because the Hulk is like really, really strong, but he's literally just a dude that got mutated. Like Superman's a god.
So it's saying the World Breaker version of the Hulk would basically be like the same as like Doomsday, a little bit more brutal than Doomsday. So yeah, regular Hulk, Hulk. It looks like Superman is just.
But even Doomsday, Superman's.
I would say we would have to give Hulk his like peak form because I'm
guessing it's that World Breaker.
Usually we'll give.
But I
will give Superman the peak form, kind of benefit of the doubt.
This one says Squirrel Girl would take on would take on Superman. I don't.
Who is Squirrel Girl?
I have no
She's
idea.
like
It's a
She's-
Marvel
no, she's a-
superhero though.
Dude, we might have
She's a
to
real
give
character.
Squirrel Girl a chance. You never know.
Isn't she in
Hey.
Young Justice or Teen Titans or something?
No,
With
she's
the
a
power
Marvel
of Squirrel?
character.
You can do anything.
Oh, really? Oh, no,
Yeah.
she's
Yeah.
okay, she's in some Marvel show. I remember that. I just don't remember which one it was.
She sounds like a badass.
Condiment Man's real. He's in DC. He's a Batman villain.
Yeah, he
There
is.
was
Oh
a
my
flash.
god.
Okay, so what I'm reading on here with the World Breaker Hulk, because he basically punched the world in half. It says this is a creature who has literally cracked worlds in half. So multiple worlds, not just one world, multiple. Superman can hit him with just about anything he has, and all it will do is just tick him off. Superman will tire, but this version of Hulk's limits are still yet to be fully
The
understood.
problem is you have to take Superman. If you're doing World Breaker Hulk, you have to take Superman's, like, the form in the comics where he destroys the world. You know, like, you have to take his strongest moment. It's not just gonna be normal Superman.
Okay,
Because
this
every
one's called
comic book character
Golden
has
Superman.
a version of them where they just go insane, you know?
Let's see. This one is called
Strongest
Golden Superman. Coupled with the Green Lantern ring, Golden Superman is one of the most powerful forms of the character. All of his natural powers have been enhanced by centuries of exposure to sunlight, making his full potential possibly
Superman
limitless. I feel like this Superman would probably throw Hulk through a sun.
Yeah, Superman Prime, he, after seeing everyone he loves die of age or disease, from the 21st century to the 700th century, he leaves the Earth and travels around the universe to uncover great mysteries while also increasing his power.
Oh yeah, I just pulled that up right here
Isn't
too.
there's a comic where he gets the Yellow Lantern ring, right?
I would think so.
Dude. Oh yeah. Speaking of that, aren't the Green Lanterns are supposed to be like the strongest superhero possible? But why are they not?
I think doesn't like the green, it goes against like, it goes for like will and like willpower and stuff. And I feel like, I mean, you have to prove yourself in order to take the ring and actually do stuff with it. But I mean, I wouldn't think everyone
it's
would be
limited
able to hold
only
it.
by the will of its bearer.
Yeah. The
'Cause,
will,
like,
not yeah.
theoretically, if the will of, like, if you have unlimited, like, if there, like, for example, if Superman wielded the ring, it's like it can do anything.
Mm-hmm.
It can, like, change matter.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that a lot of people have talked about too, in regards, so like the Green Lantern movie with Ryan Reynolds. Of course, that's just not the greatest movie, regardless. But one thing that people like fail to understand is when you like the ring is creating something, the user has to understand how everything in that one thing works. So it's like you have to understand like how a sword is basically like attached to the hilt and how strong that can be. It has to understand like thermodynamics when like creating like a gun or something like that because of the bullets and stuff like that. So his whole thing of creating like a racetrack with like a Hot Wheels car and saving people in it, that makes it a little bit more rough on his end because he's just gotten the ring. But yeah, you can do some pretty crazy stuff as long as you just keep learning everything.
That's why I don't know why they didn't do like a Thanos level threat where instead of getting the Infinity Stones, they just some uber powerful being in the universe gets a Yellow Lantern, and they just wipe the floor with the entire universe. You know, because like
Which movie are you referencing, right there?
This is hypothetical. I'm just saying I don't know why
Just
they have
Green Lantern in general.
Oh.
Like how
I thought you were
strong they are.
saying you wish they did that instead
No,
of
I
something.
no. I wish they just do that in general.
Yeah, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah, that would be a good idea. They don't really need to get too crazy with it either. It's just like there is a super bad guy. We need some super good guys, you know? Let's just make it happen.
I love DC so much. It's just unfortunate to see some of the movies, you know?
Yeah, I'm on the same boat. I've always been a DC fan. I actually have like Superman mugs, the capes, the whole shebang-a-bang. I just wish that they came with better movies. They're bad.
Before the event, like Iron Man came out, besides Spider-Man, and Spider-Man only really got super popular again with the Tobey Maguire movies. DC was, no one knew what Marvel was besides Spider-Man.
Well,
like, you could have asked.
Did you know Marvel almost
Iron
went
Man wasn't
bankrupt?
really a thing.
Well, so they made
Right.
movies back in like the 80s and 90s too, though.
Yeah, but
made,
they were, like,
Thor. Thor was probably one of the
cosplay.
more popular ones too, like going all throughout. But that
Yeah,
doesn't
but
really.
even then, it was like DC was like making probably
Well, and
thousands
if you
of
remember, like there's
Yeah, that's
really,
true.
really old Hulk movies that didn't do very well. There's a
That
couple
too.
of them. Like there was one with Abomination. I maybe it did okay.
I like,
But it wasn't
I like
like-
that one, but I mean, looking back,
No,
at it,
I
it's not the
liked it,
most
but it's
amazing
that
not
was,
one.
like
like,
it's not. It
great.
wasn't as popular as this new one. You know, this new one was huge. All of them
Yeah,
are.
but like even that, like that, you're talking about like the Hulk movie that made
Like
it
the
so
Incredible
bad.
Hulk.
The new Hulk didn't get a solo movie, that kind
I
of thing.
think so.
Yeah,
That's even recent, because like so you had Superman was the first comic book, and
Yeah.
then Batman was the most popular superhero besides Spider-Man ever.
I just think Marvel's
Really?
movie campaign meshed well together.
that-
Like their
that's
whole
okay.
like, oh, I'm gonna bring these movies together. It's like when they did that at the time, that wasn't really a thing that people did. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
can't think of
Well,
any other movie that was like, we're gonna bring all these individual movies together. And then DC had to scramble to catch up, and they just
That's
put
what I'm
out
saying,
really
DC
shitty
fumbled
movies.
the bag so hard, because
Yeah, they were too slow to the
they were
party.
popular for like 100 years, basically, almost. Not actually, like since the 30s, before Marvel. They had so much going for them, and they just keep fumbling the bag with the movie.
We're almost there. 100 years ago. It's 2022. In 8 years, it'll be 100 years ago.
Basically, yeah. I think
Whoa.
like 30 was 33.
A century old. That sounds very ancient, but it's really not very old.
Yeah, because no one really cared about Marvel until
Oh,
they're now the biggest thing in the world.
yeah. They're even on Disney Plus. There's a
And the
whole
only
Marvel
good
section.
thing DC does recently is, besides the Snyder Cut, is
I still haven't watched
standalone
that.
movies like the Joker, the Batman. You know, like
Ooh, but those are
they
good.
can't- They can't tie
Those are
those
good.
into a extended universe.
Batman is backpacking DC really hard right now.
I think he always.
Oh, it always is. Oh my god.
Batman
I thought
is
the
shit. I'm
original-
literally.
Like the original Wonder Woman movie, not the 1984 one, geez, but the first one that came out, I thought was pretty good.
That's
I
true.
DC has so much to pull from. Just the Justice League has what, like 120 superheroes in the Justice League, and then they have their core. It's like they have such an opportunity to just like outclass Marvel in every way. They just can't do it.
They just don't.
They just struggle so hard,
Yeah.
and they tried doing it, and their movie that it was supposed to initiate it flopped, and then now everyone calls on DC, so they'd have to reboot again to get out.
I heard I heard DC's kind of in talks of bringing back Ben Affleck too. They're wanting to do some sort of freaking multiversal thing that Marvel did.
Batfleck.
Yeah. Well, I feel like does Disney own them?
No, it's Warner Brothers who owns DC.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Marvel still.
Oh, Marvel. Yeah, Disney owns Marvel.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. I was gonna say I feel like Disney, once they get their hands on things, it kind of goes south. They're very money grabby. I mean, like speaking of which, did you watch the new Kenobi?
I have.
I don't want to spoil it or anything for those if anyone hasn't, but I really want to talk about it.
That's kind of like the whole, like coming back to the whole spoiler thing. It's like with streaming platforms where you have to like pay to like watch something that's like one of your favorite things. It makes it hard for some people who don't have it. So,
You could just go to a very legal and on the up and up website.
or we can just say, "Hey, spoiler alert," and we can just talk about it. Either way, doesn't really matter to me. We can just do it.
I have.
Well, it's okay. It wasn't really a point, or I didn't really need to talk about it too much. It's more just a point. But I feel like Warner Brothers does DC pretty fair, but their movies are just atrocious. They are doing that new fighting game with DC in it though. But it's also got like Bugs Bunny and stuff.
The,
Scooby Doo.
it's just
Oh,
like a
yeah.
Warner Brothers fighting game.
And
Every
you
one
know,
that they own.
Injustice wasn't too bad. Now that I think about it,
I
I
like
think
Injustice.
yeah, that was pretty good. I'm sure that they had their like noses in there. It said Warner Brothers on it, so maybe it was just a trademark. But yeah, their movies are pretty south. Some of them. I'm trying to think of any good one I've seen, and I can't think of any. Okay, maybe
I
not.
mean-
I heard their shows were okay.
Yeah, I mean the 3 Batman movies are really good. Oh wait, are we talking about Sony? Or are we talking about what are we talking about?
No. You're on
Just
right track.
DC.
We're talking about Warner Brothers having superheroes.
Yeah.
The
I
kind of like the
mean-
whole movie struggle between Marvel and DC. Yeah, Batman.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I think Batman's backpacking super hard. We can all agree that the Batmans are good, very good.
I think well, Batman versus Superman wasn't my favorite. The CGI was
that's
really
different.
bad.
No, that's different.
Yeah.
That's latter. I don't like that one either.
Yeah, not the most
I
amazing.
will say, what I really want is like a show, a Batman show, but like a comedy, like a '60s Batman show reboot.
Oh no, no more shark repellent Batman. With
What do you
Adam West.
mean? That was the best Batman. You can't be serious.
Dude, no, that's Adam West's thing. Okay, it was awesome.
Homage. We'll get Dave
Yeah,
Chappelle to play
that's his-
Batman.
Dave Chappelle to play Batman.
That'd be
I'm pretty
fun.
sure he did that in his Chappelle show at some point, if I'm not mistaken.
Holy Toledo, Batman.
Batman,
Oh
but he
my
can.
God.
Batman he is so knight that he can say the N-word.
Isn't there a show that
Oh my God.
is surrounding? Isn't there a show surrounding like where Batman dies and all the villains take
Batman
over?
Beyond.
I heard.
Batman
Or
Beyond.
Yeah, I heard that
Batman-
show was really good.
No,
I-
Batman Beyond's where he's old and he's meant to
yeah.
Yeah.
That's like a
Oh,
future
and that's one of my favorites too, because I love the
So
Batman
good.
Beyond, the costume, just the
Dude.
red bat symbol in the middle, dude, dope.
I don't like the direction the series went at a certain point, but like, it's really good.
Yeah, but dang,
Isn't
if I
it-
don't love that suit.
Isn't like all connected to like the original animated series Batman? Like,
I think so.
Yeah, it's like I think it's
I feel like all of them
Batman-
kind of are in
that
some
Batman
way.
animated series is like Bruce grows old and then retires as Batman and enters him. I think it's in the same.
okay, because I used to watch that a lot as a kid, and then I watched Batman Beyond.
Batman
thought
the
about-
animated series is one of the greatest shows on.
Dude,
like,
it really is. It won Emmys too.
Oh.
Have you guys seen the Batman from what Batman is it? From The Killing Joke? What? I don't know what Batman
yeah,
it
The
is, but
Killing Joke.
He is massive.
Oh,
I
don't think
didn't
that
really
one.
like the Killing Joke.
I
Was
never
that
saw
was
it.
that
I
a
feel like I
movie
should.
one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
the
I
rated
liked
R
it.
one.
Yeah, it's based off like one. It's supposed to be one of the best Batman comics ever. Is The Killing Joke.
I mean,
liked
it did. I could see like at the very end, it had that feeling of like when Darth Vader kind of had his unveiling. You know, the whole "I'm
Wait,
your father" thing.
maybe
There was
it
like that
wasn't the-
shock there, but it felt like the whole movie was just like gearing up for that punchline. Felt like it's very long, but
Yeah.
I did like the end, the joke. I think what ruined it, going back to the spoilers thing, is I had already seen that scene, and like that's the movie, right? That's like the big. It'd be like if you were told what happened, like that Darth Vader's the father before you watch the movie. You'd be like, "Wow,
Bro.
that was really boring."
Spoiler.
Yeah,
It's basically like
it,
reading only the Old Testament and saying that Jesus died. It's like, dude, I haven't gone to that part yet. Come on.
this book means nothing now. It's trash.
I'm just gonna toss it out. Spoilers, dude.
Didn't even get my testimony out of it first. That's tough.
No, don't worry. You have Matthew.
Oh wait, no. I was talking.
You-
I was actually talking about The Dark Knight Returns. You should look up The Dark Knight Returns Batman, or on YouTube. Honestly, Batman kills Joker. The Dark Knight Returns. He is so big.
Oh
like,
yeah.
I am not
jeez.
exaggerating. He is the biggest person I've ever seen.
This is the animated one you're talking
He looks
about,
like
right?
Ben Affleck, but like bigger.
The animated one.
Yeah, it's The Dark Knight.
Okay, yeah. I do remember him
Yeah,
being
he's a
like
hefty boy.
very towering over every other character in the show. It's
like,
like
not
to the
even, like,
point where
big,
their
he's-
like heads pointed up.
He like looks like he's in a set of Hulkbuster armor.
He's thick. He's just thick. He's ready to go.
Absolutely crazy.
I wish that was something I can do. Just be as big as. Well, I don't know. That might be too
I don't
big.
want to be. Dude, I know this guy, his name's Blake, and he is California's strongest man. He's big. I would not want to be that big. I wouldn't want to be that big. He's like he walks and it's just like, you know, like the strong man walk when like your arms
Like your arms are
so
like.
wide.
Well, yeah, it's
that you-
because it's
you don't
like
put
the
them
muscles.
inside.
Yeah, the muscles on like the insides of your arm, like on like the sides of like your. I'm trying to remember what those muscles are called, but yeah, those are like so
Yeah.
puffed out that like your arms are just kind of wide out to your sides. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's-
you're talking about your lats, like where your
Is it?
arms stick out. In the Navy, we would make fun of people who would do that walk that didn't have it. It's invisible lat syndrome. It's just
Yeah.
people that like puff out their arms because they think they're really big, and they're not. But yeah, I think that's what it is.
Oh yeah.
Crazy.
I literally just looked it
I-
up and yeah, it's basically literally called invisible lat syndrome.
Yeah, it's really bad. People in the military will get it a lot because it's just a very like testosterone driven place, you know. Everyone's trying to outcompete
Yeah.
each other with everything, and so you got to try and look big, you know. You
Yeah.
gotta try and compete.
Yeah.
but-
true that.
I don't know. What were you saying? That you're talking about working out? Is that why we got here?
No, we were just talking about Batman.
Oh,
being
you're talking
really
about
big.
you were talking about strong men. That's what you're
Yeah, I was
saying.
saying I
Strong
know
man, yeah.
this dude I know.
Yeah, you have
won
to
the
be like
California Strongman.
genetically able to handle that. You know, like that frame to be that big, you have to be like your body frame has to be able to support that weight. I mean, I don't know. Like if someone like me, if I was to try and get that big, my bones are only so big, dude. Like if I was to be that big, my little skeletal structure, I don't think would handle that. There's like a limit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I kind of feel
it
the
would
same
be
way.
like it would be maybe cool to be that strong. I don't think I would survive very long in that world where I was that big.
Yeah. Well, I've always thought about it when I was like a kid. I always would look at people who are just like massive and I'm like, oh, that'd be so cool to be that big. And now that I'm older, it's like they literally live at the gym to stay that big. Like it takes so much just to stay that big.
Yeah, but to be fair, for some people, like when I was going to the gym, it was more of like a personal thing. Like, okay, I get an hour to myself every day to just like vibe, you know, kind of work on myself. So I can understand why some people were that big, but
Yeah.
not like there's a difference, you know. You definitely can tell when people are there for an image and there for themselves. I don't really like it when people get loud in there. It's very distracting, kind of rude.
Yeah. At Planet Fitness, they had what's called a Lunk alarm, and it's for people who like are like "Arr!" like dropping weights, so it makes like a really loud noise that like it'll go off and they'll kick people out of the gym.
Yeah. It's like,
It's
dude, I'm just
stupid.
trying to work out. I don't want you to like make me feel like shit right
I
now.
know a lot of I watch a strongman YouTuber and he like went to Planet Fitness and tried to set off the Lunk alarm and he couldn't. It was really funny.
Yeah,
I mean, there are places where
that thing going off. Does that thing work? Does there videos of that thing
I
working?
don't know. I
Yeah,
know some
well,
Planet
you just have to
Fitnesses
be
are really weird
very
at it.
well. You just have to be very, very annoying with it. Like there's some people that are like you can kind of tell that they're trying to do it, but there are some people who are just loud and just yelling the entire
'cause you
time
can-
they're in there, and they
if
will
you're
go off.
lifting, it's sometimes I've heard people say that like they be lifting too much weight, not even making noise, and they're like, you can't like lift that much here or something. It's like, dude, if you're
Yeah,
lifting
yeah.
weight, like you're gonna be making noise. Like I'm sorry, you're in
Yeah.
a gym.
Well, yeah, their whole
Yeah.
thing is just like we don't want like the strong men to be here. We want people to be here to like work on themselves. That's why it's like a whole no judgment type of a thing, which I can admire. I can get with that.
Yeah,
But
it's their
in the same
philosophy.
vein, you're kind of judging the people who lift big weight.
Yeah,
I
like
understand it's,
inadvertently doing it. Yeah.
yeah.
No, I understand the philosophy and I like it that way as well. Like especially if I'm starting out, I'll feel a little self-conscious about the weight I'm starting at. You know, it's not the most, but you also shouldn't do that. So you should start where you can, you know, do things properly. But I appreciate that there. I don't think I've had anyone ever set off the alarm. I just honestly I can't find a place that's 24 hours right now. I come home at
Really?
night and it's time to work out. Yeah, dude, even 24-hour fitness right now is not 24 hours. That is like
that doesn't
ridiculous, bro.
I think we
Like,
talked about
what?
that before. Yeah.
24-hour fitness, we're only open 23 hours. What the hell, man?
Well, yeah, they have to have an hour to wipe down all like the puke and stuff, you know.
No, you do that on the go. There are other gyms that are 24 hours, so it's doable. They just aren't doing it, and I don't know why.
That's fair, I guess.
That's why I think it's silly.
Yeah.
But hey, you do you guys, you know. I don't own a gym, so I guess I can't really say anything.
Yeah, freaking gyms make way too much money though. It's such a crazy like industry of just like, yeah, you literally, because I think I've spent I think my monthly was like $22 a month for all my stuff. I didn't go for a good like over a year. So think of that. That's like $250 from somebody who just never used it. That is such a crazy business model, but it works.
Yeah, and
I mean,
like, and
Well,
like,
that's-
a lot of gyms are like $60 now.
yeah.
That's kind of like
yeah,
the,
down here.
oh yeah, it's expensive now. But I was gonna say that's like banks with your debt. They just kind of hope that you accumulate a debt and kind of forget about it, and that's how they make more money. That's what
It's true.
that's what the gyms do. You know, they know what they're doing on January 1st when your resolutions come in.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm gonna better myself. You get a gym membership, and they make it really annoying to quit those things. You have to go in there. When I quit my gym membership
Yeah.
in South Carolina, you have to go in there and sign a paper saying, hey, I don't want to do this anymore. And I was like, what other company do I need? Like, I don't need to do this anywhere else. It's ridiculous.
Oh yeah,
But-
Planet Fitness. They were like, yeah, you actually have to come into this. You have to go into the store that you had signed up with. And so for me,
Yeah.
the store that I signed up was close to my parents' house when I was living there at the time. And yeah, that's like a 25-minute drive just up there just to freaking cancel it. And I called them on the phone. I was like, yo, I just want to cancel this. Can I do that? And they're like, well, we need you here in person to do that because we want to confirm that it's you canceling. And I'm like, that's not why. You don't care that it's someone or other doing that. It's just because you guys don't think I'll go up there and actually do it.
Yeah, banking on you being lazy.
Yeah,
Too lazy to go to the gym, too lazy to go cancel your shiz, bro.
literally.
I don't know. I thought that was ridiculous.
Yeah, I can agree
But
with that.
I did it.
Yeah,
You have
same
to.
here.
I'm not gonna keep paying it.
Yeah. Well, where I moved to, the closest Planet Fitness is it's like, regardless, it's going to be at least a 15-minute drive to go to any Planet Fitness around me. So I liked it because the other gym here is Vasa, it used to be Gold's Gym.
Bossa, bro.
They like will relish in the fact that they are like a strongman gym. So they're just like football bros going and working out all the time.
Yeah, like it's a
from,
very
high
like
schools.
Yeah.
if BYU had a frat scene, that's as close. It's as
Yep.
close as BYU gets to like having like frat culture.
Yeah, basically.
You can tell who goes to Vasa.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's usually the people with like the cut off sleeves and all of that.
Even though
but-
most people, I mean, it's like the biggest gym there, you know? Like most people,
Yeah. Well, I mean, technically Planet Fitness is nationwide,
Yeah.
so technically that's the bigger one, but Vasa, they grew up really, really quick, so. But if you want to get some energy while you're working out, go to w.gg, enter code WARPED, WARPED, for 10% off your energy drink needs. Get it. Jitterless. No, there's no sugar in it. Literally rip a cat in half, like, after you drink it. That's what you need.
please don't actually.
Disclaimer, don't actually rip a cat in half. Maybe like a hamster. That'll be fine.
Oh, that was some impressive circling back, though. I appreciate that. That was very good, Christian.
I mean, I do my best.
Way to tie it all together.
That's literally what I do. I'm
I'm
literally
gonna
the
nominate
producer
you
of this.
for a Kids' Choice Award for this podcast.
Nominate for a Kids' Choice Award. I mean,
My vote.
yeah.
I'll lie about my age.
Dude, I remember. I think back to the Kids' Choice Awards, like the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards, and people just getting slimed and stuff. Thinking back, that just seems so weird.
How weird.
It seems
Yeah.
pretty weird.
I think they still do them.
They do.
Nickelodeon has a very weird like undertone to it throughout forever. Like
Yeah.
Dan Schneider,
Dan
the
Schneider.
whole feet thing.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Well, what I heard too, I don't remember what Nickelodeon star came out to talk about it, but what they would talk about is the fact that they would go over to like an exec's house or something and just be in like a pool party, and that's basically their whole audition is just them messing,
Yeah.
then like playing with other kids in a pool, and that's like, oh yeah, we want that one. And you're like, oh, okay,
weird.
that's a little weird, yeah. So
On that,
on that note, no, should we end on something a little bit more happy, guys? All right, maybe we should just
Weed.
end. I have
Our fault.
a
send on a happy note. There's
G,
Hey, we're all
G
white.
major.
world.
G major. It's my
That's all
happy
harmonos on a happy note.
I don't even know if I can
awful.
produce a happy note right now. What is
Dude.
a happy note?
What
Just
is
gotta,
happiness?
Like, fart, you know what I'm saying?
What is happiness, dude?
It's not.
It's
Imagine-
2020. Everyone's supposed to be sad.
Imagine there's no heaven.
Kidding.
It's easy
Dude,
if you
I
try.
love that. That
Everyone think of the darkest thing they can think of right now.
Dead
I-
babies.
I was
Babies in a fire. Fire engulfing my grandma.
Did you know that women now have less rights than guns?
All right. On that note, we should probably end the podcast.
Woo! Finally.
Jeez. Finally.
Took it.
Roe versus Wade, more like Roe versus we won. Am I right?
More like row your boat gently
All right,
down
that's all
the
being cut out. This is
stream,
all being
am I
cut
right?
out. This is so bad.
Oh,
Yeah.
This is so
keep it in.
bad.
Sorry. I actually just looked at the clock and I got distracted by I need to go shopping and all the things I need to do before the store closes.
Yeah.
We've been podcasting since 5:30.
You've been podcasting since your mom.
Which is, no, I don't. I usually don't mind it, but I had a really busy weekend. this weekend. We had 2 baby showers, which usually it's a girl's thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
I
we
mean,
had
if
a
it's
bunch of-
family, I feel like it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. You know, we wound up making it a whole family thing, which was fine. It was just we did 2 of them in a row.
Oh yeah.
So like, and since like the second one was at my house because it was a family one, I had to help set it up all day.
Yeah.
And it was fucked up. They told me it started at 4, but it started at 2. So I was in my jammies out there and everyone was making fun of me. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
that
right.
is unfair. I feel like if anyone should know, it's the person that lives here, bro.
That's fair.
Like, I have a really big window right next to the pool. What if I like woke up in the nude and wanted some sunlight? You know what I mean? That's really off-putting. But anyway, we did that. And then after that, I went to Six Flags. I took some of the people that came were from out of town and they never been, so it was Six Flags.
Nice.
Six Flags is crazy. I don't know, like I think that places like that should be categorized differently than an amusement park. That's like an abusement park because you get tossed around on those rides. Those are intense rides.
Yeah,
I mean, Lex
those ones are
Luthor's
pretty crazy.
like nuts.
Oh my
Have you guys
God.
been?
Yeah, last time I went, I think I was in like 4th grade, but
I think
I
I went last
remember
year.
Did
throwing
you-
up a few times. So
It hasn't changed very much. You know what I mean? Like they're
I
not
was
gonna
gonna say.
take down entire roller coasters unless they need to. So like, what did you ride? They probably still have it.
well, I mean, yeah, I rode like the Goliath. I rode
Have it.
Deja
Yeah.
Vu.
Goliath's so good. They do not have Deja Vu anymore. They got rid of that one.
The one that like pulls you backwards, shoots you through, and then pulls you backwards again. That one was cool.
They do
That might
have-
be Superman now.
No,
No,
they
they
had
have-
Superman while I was there, I think.
Is it the one
Deja
that brings you the
Vu.
loop and then you go backward through the loop again?
Oh, did they change it to full throttle?
Oh, I don't know.
They might have. It's like I think they just made the loop bigger, but it's the same ride because now it's the rules. Was it by the entrance like to the right?
I have no idea.
Oh,
You're
Well, yeah,
asking the
that
wrong
one-
child.
I think that one just upgraded. It didn't change. I think it just upgraded. So you pretty much did it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I like because of that.
was X2 there?
X2 was
Sorry.
there. Yeah,
I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. I was in when I was there, it got kind of windy, and it was the last ride we went on. So my body was just like on fire, just kind of trying to not think about throwing up. So I closed my eyes throughout almost the entire thing until like we were facing the ground, and I was like, oh, we're fine. I looked down, it's just like 60 freaking feet down. I'm like, oh my
Are you talking
god,
about?
freaking.
You're
out.
talking about X2,
Yeah,
the first drop.
yeah,
Dude, that first drop. Like I am a thrill seeker.
yeah.
I think one of my goals is going to be to ride all of the rides in America and find the craziest one.
Yeah.
But X2, that first drop will be something I don't think I will ever get used to.
Mm-mm.
Just something about like since the seats roll, you know, you go up
Yeah.
on your back and then it rolls you to the front so you're like screaming down.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. Something about that. I
freaks me
tense up
out.
and turn into a cannonball.
Yeah.
I cannonball out.
Well, for
That
me,
place-
so
that
that
one's
day,
good.
it was super windy. So I actually got burned. Like the arm, like the hair on my arms got burned by the freaking fire
By the flame.
cannons. Yeah. All of a sudden, you just hear like a
They don't do that.
and like
yeah,
it,
they
yeah,
don't-
full burn my arm. What?
They don't do that anymore. The flame.
What?
They stopped that. Yeah.
That's,
They do the
What?
sound. They still do the soundtrack, which I appreciate.
No.
That's nice.
I'm
Yeah.
upset. Why would they get rid of it? That's sick as fuck.
Probably because they're burning Christian. That's why.
Yeah.
Nah, you
Like,
just
okay,
gotta
we're
have it.
torching kids,
We were torching
Gotta
kids.
stop.
Yeah.
but it doesn't even matter. I remember peeling that corner. It was like 6 or 7. I think it was like a little later in the day. So the area around Six Flags is really pretty as well.
Hmm.
All the mountains and stuff. So you go up, and it's like, it had to be you. And I came around the corner, and it was all gold and stuff. And then you almost forget you're on a ride, and then you remember really quickly that you're on a ride.
Yeah.
So you go down really fast. But yeah, Six Flags, man. I think that place is one of my favorite places to go when I have like extra money and extra time to kill. That was a really intense place to go.
Yeah, that was basically the place that like I had thrown up so many times while I was there. I was like, You know what? throwing up isn't as bad as people say. So now, like, whenever I like feel sick and I know I need to throw up, I just get up, go throw up, brush my teeth, and I'm like, okay, let's continue on with the day. And I just like have that mentality now. But it's because Six Flags literally pulled like things that were in my intestines about to be fully digested out through my mouth. Like that is yeah.
Lovely.
Does everybody have a favorite ride though? Like one that you have to ride or you love, like you're it's in your mind all day at least.
Superman. Honestly, if I wish
Superman
like, multiple times. Yeah. Superman.
Oh no, wait! Superman was there while I was there.
Superman's like.
Yeah. I think that one's an old one.
Yeah, because that one's
Superman?
the one that like shoots you up and. Yeah.
Why do you like that one so much?
It's so, what do you mean? Why would I not? It's
just no.
Like
tell me.
It's like
He's
the
got
most
you there.
adrenaline in the park within a second. You know.
Really?
It would shoot you to like 80 miles an hour.
I typically skip that one.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like it's a really long wait for a very small payoff.
If we did it multiple times, it's a big payoff. But if we did it multiple times, that'd be cool.
Okay, I'll give it another try. I've been on it. I just don't. I only went on it once.
Every time I've gone, everyone I go with, like, we just ride Superman like multiple times at least.
Okay. My favorite one's Tatsu. What about like all the other rides? You like that one over?
Oh,
like,
Tatsu was cool.
Full Throttle's sick.
I remember Tatsu.
Yeah, I really like that one. I think that might be a little shaky though. After this last one, like when you go on roller coasters, you're really close to dying. You have to really trust in their equipment.
This one. Isn't this the one where they like pull you up so you're just basically like flying through?
You're laying, yeah. So yeah, that's kind of what I was getting at. Like you're in a harness.
Mm-hmm.
And the scariest part, I think, for that one is the climb up. Yeah. Because while you're climbing up, the mountain's kind of descending. So you pick up elevation. Well, not elevation, but like the gap is really heavy. And I was looking down, and it's just the harness. And it's set up by like kids that don't want to be there. They've been there all day.
Yeah.
And it's just like, dude, if this thing drops right now, that's it.
Yeah, we're
it.
done. That's
yeah.
This is where I come to die.
I don't know why I never came to terms with that, but like this last time I went, a lot of those rides, I was like, dude, this is like hella unsafe, man. Or like not hella unsafe, but I'm sure they do inspections and stuff, make sure it's safe, but you're out of control. You no longer on control. Once those chains start going, you're done. They're not stopping it. You know what I mean?
Well, they have like up here we have a place called Lagoon, which is basically like the poor man's Six Flags. I mean, it is kind of expensive, but you also don't have to go to Six Flags. You just drive a half hour to get there. So they have a ride that's called the Cannibal, and they had to shut that ride down because like every now and again they would just do like a test run with dummies because it's always been a little unsafe. But they test it every now and again just to see what's going on with it. And yeah, they tested it with these dummies, and one of the dummies fell out and hit the ground really hard. So they had to shut it down just to like reset, like tighten stuff down and everything. Yeah.
Oh my god, they were that close to killing somebody. I know people died on Ninja. Yeah, there's a ride at Six Flags someone died on. But that's close. That means like if they didn't do that particular day, that could have been a dude. Could have been me. That probably would have been me. I would have been trying it out. I've been spiked. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't there that day, but that's scary.
Yeah, no thanks. I just pulled up X2 as well. Freaking, it's even tinier of a harness than the one that's on Tatsu that's holding you back. That's what freaked me out the most.
Oh yeah. Well, and they spin. Yeah. So it's like, what if the motor goes out and you just like gyroscope around the whole ride? Like you might live, but you'd be pretty messed up.
This is wanting to make me throw up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember who was asking me earlier, but they were like, what's the worst ride? Was that you, John?
Oh, the Viper.
You're just like, you're just like, I want to see if you get the right answer, and it's Riddler's. That one's just awful.
Riddler was good.
You like that one?
No.
I do not like that one.
Really?
I always ride that one.
Bad take.
It's okay. It's just I do not like the crotch holder on the seat. The little crotch rest.
Okay.
If you do not make sure that thing is like down and away, your first loop is like a rip.
Plus, if you're short, it's even.
Yeah, and like, what if you had a dress on? You just don't ride that ride.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, we probably wouldn't have to worry about that, but for the ladies, you're wearing a dress. I don't know how you're gonna. I don't know why you'd be wearing a dress to a theme park anyway, but.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
Literally,
that'd be pretty weird. But yeah, I don't know. I dislike that one. I don't dislike that one because that's strong. Because if I disliked it, I wouldn't write it. Like Lex Luthor, I don't write that one very much. But I write it every time. It's okay. That would be like a C plus tier. C tier. Yeah, for me.
Yeah.
I'm a Tatsu man. I like flying, pretending I'm on a dragon. I like that. I like that it shows the views on that one. Same with Lex Luthor, but that one scares me. That one's
is
too
still
tall.
very scary, so I don't like that one.
I have to pretend I'm a Halo person getting ejected from a spaceship to be able to do that
Getting
one.
just thrown from the Pelican.
Yeah, I have to put that image in my head and visualize it, and then that's how I can do that one.
Yep.
And it has an audio cue for when it drops too. Yeah, that one has an audio cue, which was a lifesaver because if it didn't have that, I think I would have passed. But that one was okay.
Yeah.
It's okay, but I usually
Pass
skip
away.
it.
We will pass away.
I also really like now they're getting so good. Like technology is getting so good. They're doing things like Twisted Colossus where they have the two trains race each other. Dude, that is like
Twisted
an
Colossus.
experience.
Sounds nutty.
Yeah, it's newer. You should try it if you ever get the chance. If you ever come back, we should plan a trip there. I think
If
there's
you ever come back,
no.
please come back.
There's no.
If you're ever allowed back in.
Yeah, if you come back. Well, because it's gonna have to be like we
the
can't
second
come
one?
to you and then go to Six Flags. You're gonna have to come here.
Well, yes,
But
can
if
come
you
to Lagoon.
do,
Lagoon's pretty fun.
Maybe we'll. Yeah, there's no bonding
Yeah.
like throwing a group of people over a metal cliff at very fast speeds. It's
Yeah,
a
I was
lot
gonna
of
say,
a lot of
very
fun.
fast speed.
Very very fast speeds.
Yeah.
It gets the adrenaline pumping for sure. I was shaking after X2, and I've ridden that one a lot,
Mhm.
a lot, but you just never get used to it, man. I think my next step would be skydiving. That's how I'm gonna have to chase the dragon.
Dude, skydiving would be fun.
I'm scared.
Boys,
I wanna go
skydiving.
It's one of those things.
I want to go bungee.
Yeah, I haven't gone bungee jumping either.
If everybody committed to it, if everyone was like, okay, we're fucking doing this, I'm not gonna bitch out, but I am not gonna push that either. Someone would have to spearhead that because I'm scared of that, but I do want to do it.
Skydiving
Yeah.
and not bungee jumping.
Bungee jumping? I don't know about bungee jumping. That's putting a lot of. When it comes to trusting your equipment, especially after being in the Navy, it kind of sketches me out because it's like you're putting your life in the hands of somebody else's hands. You know what I mean?
That's the same thing with skydiving, though. It's like I was having this conversation with Joe. Like, I don't know how bungee jumping to me seems like less crazy. I know it's the same amount if you die, but like.
Yeah, I don't know, but I
Either way,
think that skydiving, the payout would be better for me. You know what I mean? Like that experience of being so high above the world that you get in that view, whereas like bungee jumping, I'm just gonna get really close to the water going straight down. Which, like, if you're into that, like that's fine. My opinion is I think the skydiving would have the better payout. But it is definitely. I mean, I lived next to a guy who was in the airborne division, who he streamlined twice, which is where the parachute doesn't open, and you just hit the ground. And he lived both times, but it's like, dude, that is horrendous. I think that civilians, like companies, would do more attention to it because, like, there's money involved. I mean, there's money involved with the military as well, but
cheap. They also kind of want to do stuff that's like a little bit cheaper, while at the same
they
time
gotta
being
make money
better and stuff. Yeah.
I like if it was me, if I was going to go, we're picking a reputable place.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go for something cheap. But I think with that, especially since they have a name to maintain, they're gonna take those extra precautions.
Yeah, that's true.
Whereas the military, it's gonna be some guy.
But unless they're a big enough company where they're okay like tanking lawsuits if people die.
Yeah, but if they're a big enough company, that's because they've got a lot of customers. You know what I mean? And if they have a lot of customers, it's probably because they're really good. I don't think something like that, they would be cash grabby because you're dealing with like lives. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if we're talking about video games, yeah, I do think they could cash grab on a lot of things. But with that, at least I would hope. I'm gonna hold on to that hope. I'm not gonna look it up. I'm not gonna research it. That way, if we ever do go, I'm just gonna hope that that's how it works. But you could be very right. I just don't want to believe it because I want to keep that door open. I do think that there's a lot of people that do it. You know what I mean? So you can do it safely. That's scary.
I think the biggest takeaway that we can get from this is w.gg. Get yourself some energy. Go. I mean, you just gotta go bungee jumping. You gotta go cliff diving. Do whatever you need to get the full.
You're gonna need that
sensation.
energy.
But yeah, you do need that energy to get the full sensation of everything that's going on with you. So yeah, code WARP, WARPED at checkout. Get 10% off of anything. Well, not anything. Some of the sales stuff, it does say that you cannot use it on that, but the sales stuff, they do have a pretty high markup on sales, so that's pretty cool. But yeah,
Markdown.
You're right. You're correct. You're right. You know what?
Right.
I am right.
Please check yourself next time you speak. Just kidding.
All right, I think it's time to
Check
end. All right, thank you guys so much for listening into another episode. If you haven't already and you're kind of not sure about drinking the energy drink, we do have a review episode that came out just before this guy, so go give that a listen before you go and try any of the products. I highly recommend the Galaxy Grenade. I think that was our top one that we really liked. Go try it out. Go ride a roller coaster. Throw up all over yourself. Drink some more. Thank you guys so much for listening, and we will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.